So Siddharth, everything fine? Hello. Okay, good. So अभी तो I think we are getting good response. People are joining. Okay. Sinija has already joined, ne?
She has joined, sir.
Yes, yes. मोनालिसा,
जी सर।
अच्छा वो लड़का तुमसे बात किया था क्या कुछ?
हाँ किया था मुझसे बात। तो वो मंडे को वो जो डायरेक्टर है वो कॉल करेंगे।
हाँ, लेकिन मंडे को तो ठीक है, देखो मुश्किल है, या तो लंच टाइम में मंडे को हो पाएगा।
12:30 सर मेरे से बात करेंगे, फिर उसके बाद आपके साथ।
हाँ, क्योंकि मंडे में यहाँ बीटेक का प्रोजेक्ट प्रेजेंटेशन है, तो फोन चलेगा आई थिंक 1 बजे तक, फिर आफ्टरनून में भी 4 बजे से है 6 बजे तक जाएगा। तो ठीक है, तुम बात करके फिर जैसा होगा देन यू कैन कनेक्ट आइदर लंच टाइम में, अदरवाइज फिर ट्यूसडे भी शायद ही हो पाएगा, ट्यूसडे को और कुछ होगा। एनीवे विल फाइनलाइज, लेट देम टॉक। How are you, Zakir Khan?
I'm fine, sir. I'm fine.
Okay, good. Everything fine. Nice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
शुक्ला जी ने भी ज्वाइन कर लिया है।
Okay.
आपके दोस्त। हाँ जी, जयश्री, हाउ आर यू?
गुड
इवनिंग। फाइन। शुक्ला जी ठीक है?
हाँ सर।
अरे आज शुक्ला सर भी आए हैं कश्मीर से। गुड इवनिंग सर, कैसे हैं? ठंड वंड कैसे पड़ी हो?
अभी तो अच्छी ठंड पड़ रही होगी।
रास्ते में था, निकल रहे थे तो हमने कहा कि
अभी अच्छी ठंड हो गई होगी।
हेलो मैम, हाउ आर यू?
Fine, sir. Good evening, sir.
गुड इवनिंग, गुड इवनिंग। नाइस, वेरी गुड, गुड। तो गेट हाउ रेडी है ना?
Yes, sir.
चलो अच्छा
So we
है।
will start after 5-10 minutes.
हाँ
Let
अभी
everyone
तो
join. Only 15 people have joined. Let's join.
अभी तो ऐसे ही 4:50 हो रहा है।
हाँ सर, 10 मिनट बाद 10-15 मिनट और हम लोग ज्वाइन कर लेंगे सर, मतलब सब स्टार्ट कर देंगे।
कुछ लोग तो उधर फेसबुक में और यूट्यूब में भी कराते हैं।
हाँ सर, थोड़े 10 मिनट बाद फिर हम लोग प्रॉपरली इंट्रोडक्शन के साथ हम लोग शुरू
ठीक है, ठीक है।
शुक्ला सर, हमारा बुक चैप्टर का क्या हाल है सर?
शुक्ला जी,
सुरेश गौन
इनका म्यूट हो गया, म्यूट निकल गए होंगे कहीं। प्रद्युम्न कुमार आज अभी नहीं ज्वाइन किए हैं, इज मोस्टली ज्वाइनिंग। वैष्णवी उपाध्याय, आई थिंक। Okay, good evening everybody. Who is that? Raghunati Varmati, good afternoon. Vaishnavi Upadhyay, good evening. They are writing on the chat box. So someone should reply in the chat box. Manager, this webinar coordinator. तुम लोग का रिपोर्ट तो ठीक बना है भाई, कैसे ही उसको थोड़ा लेट बना लेकिन ठीक आया है, ठीक बना है। Anindita, I think Anindita, you are our ex-student, FTech PhD. Anindita Karamkar. She is not, I think she is muted. Perhaps she is our old student. Good afternoon, Mr. Sanjeev Pal. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. कैसे हैं भाई पाल साहब? हम लोग की आज नेता ने भी ज्वाइन कर लिया, कैसा कर रही है भाई नेता? FCTL नेता क्यों? अनम्यूट करो। हाउ द थिंग्स आर एट योर प्लेस?
गुड इवनिंग सर।
गुड इवनिंग। देखो FCTL नेता ने बोल दिया। कैसा काम चल रहा है तुम्हारा?
Sinija ma'am, good evening. Good evening, good evening. How are you? Yes ma'am, I'm fine. So did you join there? Yes ma'am. Oh, okay.
She already taken withdrawal and now she is 2 महीने के सर्विस कर दिया। She is now handling the West, that is Odisha government.
So what about PhD? PhD ma'am, after few months I will be taking some vacation for that study leave. I have
I have
talked.
given temporary withdrawals so far. I have given.
Okay.
And if she gets a study leave, then she will come back and join. Otherwise, बाद में भी join. Up to 8 years they can go here. Na?
Okay.
Within 8 years of registration, he has to submit.
Okay.
So even.
So registration seminar हो गया sir?
हाँ जी.
Registration seminar over.
हाँ, registration के बाद ही तो withdrawal मिलता, otherwise withdrawal नहीं मिलता.
Okay.
Now registration seminar is over, registered, so that's why
Okay.
that withdrawal has been permitted. So even she can submit from there itself.
Yes.
She need not to join, but चूंकि experiment अभी बाकी है, तो इसलिए थोड़ा सा करना पड़ेगा.
उसी के लिए ही छुट्टी लेना होगा.
हाँ. Good. तुम्हारा वैसे अभी क्या क्या किया, 1 महीने में कुछ किया है?
जी सर, बहुत सारी पेंडिंग काम थी, तो एक इंजीनियर ने यहाँ पे कुछ वेरिफिकेशन
फाइल अप्रूव किया
अभी तक सर, मतलब पोस्ट हार्वेस्ट स्ट्रक्चर जो होता है सर, ऑन फार्म पोस्ट हार्वेस्ट स्ट्रक्चर, जैसे कि कूल चैम्बर होता है, कोल्ड स्टोरेज होता है, वो सब ओनियन स्टोरेज स्ट्रक्चर, वो सारा सर 60 स्ट्रक्चर वेरीफाई किए हो सर डिफरेंट ब्लॉक्स में.
ओके, गुड.
जी सर, अलोंग विद दैट अप्रूव भी की हूँ 2-3, मतलब कोल्ड स्टोरेज अभी न्यू अप्रूवल हुआ है सर, उसको जाके लेआउट वगैरह.
कोल्ड स्टोरेज ये सब जमीन पे बनेंगे या नक्शे में बनेंगे?
वो सब नक्शे में बनेंगे सर, जो मतलब
जमीन पर नहीं बनेगा?
ऐसे नहीं सर, मतलब जो नक्शा दिया गया है उसको हमको जमीन पे उतारना है. जी.
गुड.
जी सर, और नाउ डूइंग सम बिल्डिंग वर्क सर, सिविल वर्क.
अच्छा.
जी.
तुम्हारा फूड प्रोसेसिंग क्या कर रही हो वहाँ पर?
फूड प्रोसेसिंग का सर वही पोस्ट हार्वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट में सारा काम हो रहा है सब, जैसे कि प्रोसेसिंग स्ट्रक्चर सारा बना रहे हैं, और इंडस्ट्री कुछ एंटरप्रेन्योर लोगों को जो जो हो सकता है वो सब उसके ऊपर ट्रेनिंग देते हैं।
गुड गुड, वेरी गुड। We have Mr. Prajesh Rawat ji. So, Prajesh Rawat ji, you are muted. You are muted. You unmute, sir. You can unmute. And it appears very senior person. He is very good. We are happy to have you here in our group, sir, in our webinar. You are muted. You unmute and then speak, sir. You unmute, then tell about yourself. We will be blessed to know about you. Just there may be one speaker that you have to click that. That's all. Muran sir, can you help? Yes,
Yeah.
now it's fine.
Yeah.
Yes, now it's fine. Yes, sir. So, maybe you know about sir, कहाँ पर?
मैं उदयपुर में हूँ।
उदयपुर में।
हाँ।
अच्छा।
और मैं ट्राइबल्स के साथ काम करता हूँ।
Yes, sir.
ट्राइबल्स के साथ काम करता हूँ।
Oh, very good, very good. थोड़ा सा जब तक के हम लोग ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं, वार्म अप हो रहे हैं, कैन वी नो अबाउट थोड़ा 1-2 मिनट सर, इफ यू कैन एनलाइटन अस.
सॉरी,
इफ यू कैन एनलाइटन अस अबाउट योर एक्टिविटीज एक्सेट्रा ट्राइबल के साथ में 1-2 मिनट में, जस्ट बाय द टाइम पीपल आर ज्वाइनिंग इट विल बी अ गुड टू एवरीबॉडी.
So primarily I have been a businessman constructing bridges for Indian Railways.
Okay.
And when I completed 70, I decided to come to rural work.
Right.
और गांव का उत्थान किसान के उत्थान के साथ जुड़ा हुआ है.
हाँ, yes sir, sure sir.
तो zero budget farming, organic farming are the focus.
Okay.
And the whole idea is we have people with very, very small land holdings.
Okay.
So motivating them to get into horticulture or spices.
Okay, okay.
To improve their income.
Oh,
that's the whole idea.
That is the great job there. Great job you are doing there. In fact, that is what is needed. Even this type of work now, a few of our BTech students, after doing BTech, they have not opted for the job, rather they are doing, and few NGOs they have formed in Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, etc. They are doing. So that is very, very important.
I would be very happy to have, if they visit us in Udaipur.
Okay, sir. In fact,
we'll love to host them.
We are going to have another webinar on 5th of December. We will make announcement soon.
Yeah.
That is on emerging agri-tech startups, issues and challenges. So I would like you also to join. And through 2-3 hours, I told that these agri-tech startups who are running like Back to Village and Gramophone, our students, so they will be speaking. So we would like your experiences also there. अगर आप join करेंगे तो it will be a nice thing. I will share the link. Very nice.
Sir, shall we start now? Ma'am, are you ready? Shall we start? Already, sir, almost 59, 60 people have already joined.
I think people will join, but yes.
Because it's already 5 o'clock, so we will start.
Yes.
Okay. So, I will just request, apart from Sinija ma'am and Professor Mishra sir, to mute everyone, to mute their audios and, if possible, audios. Okay. A very good evening to everyone. Hope this festivities were all joyful and joyous to every home and household and to your family. So after the third webinar, now here comes our fourth webinar of this FCTL webinar series, and we have someone who is very close and always very actively participating in FCTL group activities, although she is now in such a prestigious position and institution, but it never felt us as juniors that she has left FCTL. She was always in contact with us. We can always talk to her when we needed help. She always asked about her queries. So we all welcome Dr. B. Sinija ma'am. She did her masters from IIT Kharagpur, and I'll come to the brief introduction of her. But today we are doing the fourth, and today's topic is scope and opportunities of micro enterprises and startups in food processing sector. As ma'am is an expertise in this sector, and she is actively working with industries and academician with to propagate the industrial knowledge. I'll just request our coordinator, Professor Mishra sir, to just give a brief introduction about ma'am, how he remembers her because we have heard many examples of ma'am as a student, like how she was such a fabulous research scholar and how she was a very active member of FCTL. So we just want sir to say a few words about ma'am. Sir, over to you.
That's right. Thank you. In fact, of course, all the students so far, I am coming here about half a century. By the time maybe in the next year that will complete. But some people are special, and their contribution is always remarkable. And Sinija, Dr. Sinija now, she has been one among them. In fact, she did her masters and then also for the PhD, and she has distinction of that completing the PhD within 3 years duration. That too, she was staying here with small kids, all right, and with small kids doing complete PhD, submitting the thesis within 3 years, and with I think more than 12 or 13 publications in standard journals. So those who are in the academic fraternity, they can see that how, and apart from that, in fact, she has contributed what that new scholars, what they are enjoying the facility. In fact, she was instrumental, she and Smita, remember Sinija? That writing that project IMT proposal, whole conceptualization of the proposal, giving it into a shape and then submitting it to the DBT, where we got huge fund for infrastructure creation and other thing. So they had contributed. So this is the contribution to of Sinija, and she has been now. I think they will formally introduce. Regarding this webinar, I am very happy now. Today we see many senior faces, so it shows that the idea with which we started this webinar, now that is working. It is giving some impact, and every webinar I hope the number of participants are increasing. And today, as you could see, that Sri Rajesh Rawat ji and other people, those senior people, now they are joining. So this is a very good sign. So I congratulate my young team for, because the purpose of this was to create a lively atmosphere. We have a huge manpower, not only the brain resources, brain power. The people are here. So why not we use this opportunity of web media and web-based knowledge, etc. So disseminate the knowledge so that needy people can use it. So with this objective, we started this webinar, and I am happy to see that now it is gaining every day popularity, and more people are joining. And I am sure that in today's webinar, I see that there are many youngsters as well. And obviously, whatever they learn today, at least they will be implementing it, they will try to implement it. So at least suppose 60 or 78 people so far now I have found that they have joined in this. There must be many on the Facebook and YouTube. इसमें से अगर if 1 or 2 persons also, if they can implement this idea, whatever is today, so it is our great satisfaction. So with this, I welcome you all the participants, all right, and our learned speakers of the today's webinar. I leave now this to the organizers, my student coordinator. It is an activity totally fully organized, coordinated by students, by laboratories such as Scholar. They are doing this thing, and they are doing fantastic job. Thank you all. Okay, thank you and welcome to all participants, everyone. Yes. Jeffrey, over to you. Jeffrey.
Oh, sorry, sir. Actually, I have muted it. I was continuously speaking. Sorry, sir.
Yes, now it's your PPT.
Yes, sir. Yes. So as I always say, this webinar is the idea of, and I always say this is a brainchild of Mishra sir. So how to conjoin the viewers, because everywhere we go, we tell about these are the facility FCTL had, and these are the facility or the patents, or these are the products we have developed, or the technology we have patented, but we have never propagated the idea what our present or our past members are doing and what they did and how their experience was with us. So that's why we started this series. Welcoming to Dr. Sinija ma'am. Now she has completed her MTech and PhD from our department, and she had completed her PhD from under supervision of Mishra sir. Now she's the professor and head of Food Processing Business Incubation Center of IIFPT Thanjavur. Nonetheless, she has closely worked with many training programs, many awards, almost 45 papers, 11 book chapters, some very prestigious awards like Professor Jamjeevan Singh Sidhu Award by AFSTI. She have won the Speaker Appreciation Award, Bharat Vikas Award, and more than that, she have closely worked with the current entrepreneurs and workforces of food industry, and she is always actively involved in academia. She know how to amalgate both the fields and work sustainably with us. So I wholeheartedly welcome ma'am, and today now she will be speaking on scope and opportunities of micro enterprises and startups in food processing sector. This was a very lucrative topic, and that's why we can see such an overwhelming response from the academia. Ma'am, you can present. Over to you.
Thank you, Jayashree. And thank you so much, Mishra sir, for the very kind words. Because of your blessings only I could reach this much. Always you have given that freedom, so only we could achieve this, sir. So let me share the PPT.
We will be taking the questions in the chat box. So anyone who wants to give their questions, they can write during the presentation in the chat box. we will allow the speakers also to ask questions, and we can take the questions as well. Thank you so much. I will request all the listeners to just mute their audio in the meantime. Thank you.
Questions only in the end.
Yes, sir. Question at the end of they can write on the chat box. We will take the question at the end.
Okay. So, good evening all. Let me take you through briefly about what are the scopes and opportunities for the micro enterprises and startups in food processing sector. So as we all know, there is no need of telling about food processing, like it is the conversion of these agricultural commodities through primary, secondary and tertiary processing to a form which is consumable by our humans. And if we take the food processing sector in India, we are globally ranked number 2 in the total food grain production. And individually, if you take separate commodities, like we are either number 1 or number 2 or number 3, or at least within that number 5, any commodity if you take. And not only that one.
Yeah, excuse me, can you hide this dialog box? It is written stop sharing and bagal mein yes, thank you.
Is it okay now, sir? Hello?
It's fine now, thank you. Please go.
And if you see the potential consumers in our country, it's nearly 1.3 billion people. And always we are telling that food processing industry is the sunrising sector with the annual growth rate of more than 12%. So which is a high growth and high profit sector. And if you see the Indian food and grocery market, which is the world's 6th largest one, contributing 70% of the sales. And if you take within India, the food processing industry, it is among other industries, which is ranked number 5. And the growth rate is so high. And if you see the evolution of the global food market, where we are standing now, with the advancement of this high technology and industrial development, see the developed countries like North America, Japan, Western Europe and Australia, they are now into that customized nutrition, customized diets, functional foods, organic foods. And if you see the Eastern Europe, they are into convenience food, snacks and prepared meals like ready to eat items. And if you see India, China, like highly populous countries, we are still in the mass market only. But we are moving ahead with some products like fruit juices, beverages, and some kind of processing is going on. And if you see the sub-Saharan countries like Africa and all, still they are in the surviving stage only. So that is, they are depending mainly on the carbohydrate staples for their survival. And if you see the processing in India, still we can see that we are at the nascent stage only. Hardly 10% of the total food in India is processed. And among the various sectors, the meat and meat products is highly like maximum processed food coming under the meat and meat products. Then comes the fish and fish products, and also vegetables and animal oil seeds, and then fruits. After that only all other things are coming as the minor contribution only. And the advantage of this processing is that we can minimize the huge wastage occurring in our post-harvest processing. Like after harvesting till it reaches to the consumer, whatever losses are occurring, we can reduce it to the maximum extent. And if you take the processing industry in India, 58% of our processing industries are in the unorganized sector, especially in the rural area, which contributes nearly 25 lakh food processing enterprises in this unorganized sector, but which is contributing more of this value addition, or 12% of the output in the food processing sector is contributed by this unorganized sector only. And what are the challenges this unorganized sector they are facing? So just I put some statistics here. This is regarding the bakery industry alone. More than 10 lakhs units are there in the bakery in India in the unorganized sector, and they are contributing 1.7 million tons of bakery products. And this is a fast growing consumer good, these bakery products. I'll come to it separately, how to start a small bakery or any business. I'm taking bakery as an example only. So the major challenges these small scale people or micro entrepreneurs facing are the operational efficiency, lack of technology, lack of skilled workers. So I'll be in detail explaining this one in the coming slides. So before we go to that, we will see what are the major segments in the food processing sector. Mainly we can categorize it as fruits and vegetable processing, dairy, meat, poultry, fish, grain, and spice. And if you see the extent of processing and the share of organized enterprises in this sector, you see, except dairy, none of these sectors or these segments are having that much extent of processing or share in the organized sector. If you take an example of fruits and vegetables, India is the second largest producer of fruits and vegetables with 259 million metric tons, but our processing level is only 2%. So where we are lacking, what are the scopes where these micro enterprises or the startups can interfere? So if you see that one broadly, we can tell that infrastructure development like cold chain or any processing infrastructure at the farm level or farm gadgets and farm preservation systems and value addition. These are the scopes where the micro scale people can interfere. So I am just giving some examples based on the research as well as the activities which we have undertaken at our institute, that is IIFPT. We are directly functioning under the Ministry of Food Processing Industries. You can see on the left side, there is a cold storage system. This is actually a compartmentalized cold storage system working with solar as well as PCM material, that is the phase changing material. So this is an energy effective system which even the groups or any small scale people can afford. The advantage of the system is that daytime it will work on the solar energy and the nighttime it works on the PCM material. Phase change material, I think all of you are aware of that one, because of this high heat of fusion. When they change the phase from solid to liquid or liquid to solid, or even the gaseous phase change materials are also available. With that phase changing, it is either making the temperature down or up. Accordingly, we can adjust the required temperature in the cold storage unit. This is a system which we developed in collaboration with the NIT Tiruchirappalli. So here you can see tomato is there, banana is there, potato is there, like different commodities, whatever temperature and RH required for that particular commodity, we can achieve that one. And this we are trying to put it on the wheels now. And then another technique is that mobile processing unit. This even the farmers can make use of this facility. This vehicle hardly costs some 35 to 40 lakhs. This is a self-equipped vehicle with power generation unit as well as almost all the basic processing lines included in the vehicle itself. So you can take this vehicle to the farmer's field at the time of surplus production for all the pulpy fruits as well as vegetables like tomato, mango, grapes, any such vegetables, even onion, anything. Then you can convert that produces at the time of surplus production into either intermediate process like a pulp or puree, or you can go for even the final products like sauce, ketchup, juice, or squash sort of items. So that what we can do is, if any group or any farmer producer organization or any self-help group, if any member can acquire this one vehicle, means they can make it on rental basis, travel to many locations, and then they can process the produce itself, their farm itself, and then they can convert it. If it is intermediate product, means we can have some linkages with the higher players like a Kizan or Maggi, like who are into that tomato sauce business. Because tomato, I'm taking an example because you can see that at the time of surplus production, this tomato price will go per kg 1 rupees, 5 rupees, like that. So mostly in Tamil Nadu and all, they're throwing this tomato on the roadsides because the farmers won't be getting the money which they are spending for transporting it from the farm side to the marketplace. So there is no need of that one. So they're throwing it on the roadside. This huge wastage we can avoid, and we can convert it into these value-added products by which we can extend the shelf life also. In turn, we can enhance the income of the farmer also. And then coming to the fruits and vegetable, I told only 2% is processing. When we talk about fruit processing, fruit or vegetable processing, what is coming into our mind immediately is the jam, jelly, juice, that kind of traditional products only. But when you wanted to start a new thing, you have to think a little bit innovatively. So you can go for alternatives to this one. Instead of going for normal juice, why can't you go for a carbonated juice? Because you know, most of the youngsters and people, they're preferring to go for beverages like Coke, Pepsi and all. So why can't we convert our own fruit juices into this form? Like carbonated beverages, the guava, amla, all these are potential sources for converting into carbonated beverages. So there is a huge scope for this carbonated beverages. Not only that one, fruit wines are also getting popularity nowadays as a refreshing beverages. You know, fruit wine means other than grapes, if you take any fruit or any fruit or vegetable, if you are making the wine out of that, we can call it as a fruit wine. And with low alcoholic percentage, we can convert it as a refreshing beverage, mainly from coconut, carrot, amla. So many, even guava also wines people are preparing. So there is a huge potential for that area also. And another thing is, rather than going for this Lay's sort of chips, why can't we go for our freeze-dried fruit slices? It's very crispy and exactly it reflects this chips which our kids will love to have it, no? So instead of that one, we will go for this freeze-dried fruit slices, pineapple and all, very tasty chips we can make out of this freeze-drying, and also fruit lollipops and fruit candies instead of going for these artificial things and mouth fresheners. You see, nowadays most of the people are using these mouth fresheners. We can make excellent mouth fresheners from these fruits as well as vegetables, even unripened fruits, unripened things we can convert. For most example, like amla, mango, these fresheners, as per our taste, we can add sugar or sweet taste also, and we can make excellent mouth fresheners also out of this fruits and vegetables. So I'm giving some ideas, like some innovative things which a startup or micro entrepreneur can thought of when he is planning to start something, because competing with the existing market is the biggest challenge they are facing. If we go to a supermarket, we can see every time when we go, 1 or 2 new food product is coming into the shelves. But next time when you go, hardly you can find that one. That is the life of that product. So in order to compete with these products, we have to have our own USPs. So for that, we have to go for such innovative ideas also. And another approach, suppose individually one person cannot go for it, means they can think of a cluster approach. Here, one best example which I'll explain now is the IIFPT model for the small scale onion farmers. Perambalur in Tamil Nadu is known as the hub for shallots or small onions. And it's very popular in southern states. I don't know, in northern states it may not be that popular. But the thing is that onion is the commodity which can make the producer as well as the consumer cry at the same time. So similarly here, the onion farmers, they came to us because in 2016-17, when the price of onion goes below 10 rupees, they are unable to get even the amount which they spend for cultivation also. So what we did, we have made a group of these onion farmers, registered it as the farmer producer company, and then with the help of state government and central government means Ministry of Food Processing Industries, that is IIFPT, we have developed the entire processing line for this small onion, and then the state government has supported with the building as well as the facilities for making this common processing center, and then some NGOs as well as some agri-marketing department, they came for helping in the marketing of this produce. So what we did is, this is the common incubation facility which we created at that village itself, Chettikulam village, that is where...
Screen is, PPT is not visible from the beginning. Not visible? Yeah, from the beginning itself, we didn't see any PPT.
Visible, madam, visible.
No, we are seeing it might be at your...
Sir, maybe bandwidth problem. Maybe
you might have clicked on some other icon. You just unclick it. That's why it's not be visible.
It is visible. It is visible.
Ma'am, you may continue.
It might be your own problem, your network problem.
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, you can continue.
Yeah. So this is the facilities. What we did, we have given trainings to the farmers group itself. We have made an executive committee of that one, and now they are taking care. So anybody who wanted to process the onion, they can bring this to this facility, they can process it, convert it into value-added products, and then they can market it. So these are the products which we proposed. Here you can see this vacuum-packed peeled onion, because peeling is the difficult task in the onion processing. So we have developed a machine especially for peeling the small onion, then converted it into as a flakes, powder as well as paste. This is the entire integrated onion processing line which is fabricated at IIFPT, because onion when it harvests, after harvesting in the field itself, they will leave it for curing. So from there we have to cut the root and stem portion of the onion. So this is the first machine is for root and stem cutting. Then it will be conveyed to this sorter. Size sorting will be done here, and then here the peeling will be done, and then other machines like packaging machines, other things we purchased from the market itself. And here you can see the video like how it is peeling. It is using air pressure only. This peeling is done. Now there is a huge demand for this peeled onion, especially when we go for the working ladies and all. They find it is very difficult to peel it. So this model is now working very successfully. That FPO group is operating it, and they are collecting charges from whoever users are coming. They're collecting that operational charges, and then it is working well. And similarly, we have found another group for the coconut processing farmers also. Here also the same model, and various equipments also developed, and various value-added products. Like I can tell that bioactive infused coconut chips is a better option for anybody who is looking to start up with any chips making, because here without oil and with a lot of nutrient benefit, we can promote this product, apart from all other products which you are already aware of it. And I will tell one example, like any startup who wanted to deal with coconut processing means one good option is going for the virgin coconut oil processing plant. Here, whatever you are seeing is the pilot plant which is available in our institute only. So why I am telling, because virgin coconut oil, you are aware that it is emerging as a functional food nowadays because of the huge health benefits associated with it, especially the lauric acid, which is equivalent to the mother's milk, human mother's milk, which will give that immunity to the kids, that resistive power to the kids. So that is there in this VCO. So if you take a VCO plant, 1000 nuts per day processing capacity, if you take hardly some 30 lakhs only it will cost if you go for that cold pressing. And then the advantage is that from that you are getting nearly 60 to 70 liters of virgin coconut oil, which you can sell it nearly 800 to 1000 rupees depending upon the quality of your oil. And apart from that, all the byproducts and as well as the waste from this, we can convert it into some other value-added products, starting from shell, testa, that brown coating on the coconut, then this coconut water which is going as the waste, and the residual meat which we are obtaining after pressing out the milk, and also from the milk. Once we separate oil, what is that residual skim milk is obtaining, that also we can convert it as a various value-added products. So from one coconut, from one coconut tree, actually the income which the farmer is getting is hardly 1500 rupees annually. So if you are going for such type of value addition, we can make it as 10 times. So this is some of the items which we can make from the defatted coconut flour, which is a low GI food. Glycemic index is very low for this residual coconut flour, and we can use it even for many other bakery items also. Just a few things which we developed only, I mentioned, but which analyzed only, because I wanted to show you that protein content as well as the fiber content very high with high energy also. And apart from that, we can go for various breakfast items or snacks items like pasta and all. There we can replace our maida with this coconut flour to some extent, and then the nutritive value can be enhanced. Similarly, this is the flavored skimmed coconut milk. We can convert it, and also there are so many value-added products which we can make from this coconut milk, like coconut yogurt, jelly, cheese, spread. All these items we can popularize as the lactose-free items also, because many people are having lactose intolerance, that lactose allergy, so 65% of the world population is now becomes lactose intolerant. So we can promote this as the dairy-free products, or the vegan product like that we can promote. And one such industry where the new startups or micro enterprises can concentrate, another option is the ice cream business. Ice cream business is nothing but selling the air and water. You all are aware of that one, because rather than the raw materials, air and water is more in this product. So anybody can venture into this business. Here, as I mentioned earlier, you can go for non-dairy ice creams. So one such option is the non-dairy coconut ice cream. which is good in various minerals like zinc, calcium, potassium, folic acid, and also, as I mentioned earlier, here is also this lauric acid is coming into the picture. And you can see here how much is the nutritional facts. Similarly, another option is millet milk. You know, millets are now considered as the superfoods with a lot of fiber, protein, as well as minerals. So we can go for this millet milk also as an alternative to our cow milk. And this millet ice cream also, it is popularized in a very big manner. And I think almost all the people love to have this millet ice cream, because millets as such, it is having a very particular flavor for almost all the millets. So if you give it millet as such to any kids or any people, most of the people won't prefer to have it. But when we convert it into products like ice cream or cookies, then we can mask that flavor. At the same time, we can give that nutritious benefits to our new generations also, because most of the people are deficient in many micronutrients like iron and also ragi and all, which is high in iron, calcium. So we can promote this also. And the raw material cost is very, very cheap when we compare to the dairy milk. So that is the advantage of things. So here we can see some of the paper cuttings where we distributed this millet ice cream as well as coconut ice creams in various expos, and all the people love to have it. And another good option is the cookies. Cookies is getting wide popularity nowadays, and instead of going for this maida, we can replace it with various millets, or even rice cookies are also getting popular nowadays. And what we did is we added into this omega-3 fatty acid also from the chia seed source. Okay, so here you can see the protein is very high, fiber is also very high. At the same time, it is having fat also, which is needed for kids and all. So this is a very good option. And I can tell you, one of our entrepreneurs who came to IIFPT and IIFPT is Incubation without much education, he's hardly 10th pass, and he started with this millet cookies, and now he is exporting his cookies, only cookies. He's exporting his cookies to even Australia, Saudi Arabia, as well as Singapore. And this 26th, he is opening his second plant. So that much needy people, or that much popularity is there for millet cookies also. So you can think of this millet cookies also. And then another option is millet idli dosa mix. This one we are having actually the dry mix also and wet mix also. The advantage of dry mix is that, you see, for making idli and dosa mix, we have to have go for a lengthy procedure. Like we have to soak it, then grind it, then again keep it for fermentation, and then only it will be, that batter will be ready for the preparation. So instead of that, you are getting everything in a single pouch, dry powder. That one you just mix it with hot water, keep it for half an hour, your idli batter is ready. So that much convenience. At the same time, you see the right hand side, what are the advantages of this one? 44% more protein than the rice, 89% more calcium, methionine, enonic acid, carotenoids. All these nutritional advantages are also there simultaneously when you have this instead of rice, or partially replace rice with millet. Okay, this is another. Actually, we have to promote all these items. When we start something, we have to promote it as a healthy item also, because nowadays all the consumers are more conscious about their health. Rather than the money, they are looking for the health benefits only. And then another option is this jackfruit. Jackfruit, you know, we are not wasting much money for cultivation or any like other crops. No, we are not wasting money on this cultivation aspects. But if you say the jackfruit, 70% of the jackfruit is going as the waste, and only 30% is there which we can convert it as a useful product. But this waste also we can convert it as a useful items like this edible plates, edible cones for the ice cream, and then the unripened jackfruit. Many studies have now proved that unripened jackfruit is having many, it is having low glycemic index value, which can be used for even the diabetic patients and all. And these items we have converted into various bakery products, as well as composite flour we have made from this waste, and then converted into various edible plates, corn, and waffle products like that. So many options are there. So then Mahua Nutribar is another option. Like Mahua is a tree. I think we don't have much time. So this Nutribars is another choice which our kids would love to eat, that one. And like that, many innovative products are there with many laboratories also. Even our FCTL lab is having so many innovative products like fortified rice and oil powder enhanced with various nutrients. Like that, many products are available there also. So if we can transfer these lab technologies to the public, but we have to make it available to the public so that they can choose from that. Any startups can choose that one, and they can they can be successful in their ventures. And like this, we are having one incubation center where I'm working. We are having almost all the processing lines for grains, fruits, plantation crops, extrusion lines, bakery line, and all the drying facilities, everything. And we are offering different services to the beginners, like we are training them, giving them skill development trainings on various aspects, and we are giving technical guidelines to start an industry, consultancy, and the most attractive service which we are offering to this startup is the incubation services. That is, those who are having some ideas, you know, everybody, we will be afraid to venture into any business, or when we are investing money, we will be very doubtful whether it will be successful or whether I'll get back money which I am investing into this one. So to avoid that confusion, what we are doing is we are allowing the incubators to come with their raw material to our incubation center, use our facilities, process it, pack it, and then test market it. So once they become confident, okay, this product will go, I'll get the return, then they will be ready to invest onto that one. So till that time, we will be supporting them. They need to pay only the electricity charges, which for the machines which they are using, for how long they are using, that electricity charges only they need to pay. Like that, 97 successful entrepreneurs have started their industry and they are into food processing business now. So I was talking about this person who is only into that cookies business. So there is nothing is a barrier for you to become a successful entrepreneur. If you have that will and the dedication for hard working, you can achieve this one. That is proved by this fellow who came with nothing, but now he is earning like anything. And now, briefly, I will explain how to start a small business. Okay, I'm taking bakery as an example here because bakery is the largest segment of this food processing, and it is world's second largest producer. We are the world's second largest producer also, and we, because of the convenience and affordability to most of the consumers, it's going as the fast moving consumer good in the past few years. And various bakery items also, we know this already. I mentioned what are the challenges they are facing. Now, if you see that one, to meet the demand of this healthier bakery store, they have to invest many things, many facilities they need to go for it. They have to hire technical persons who is having knowledge about all these things. And as per the new regulations, they should have food safety management system by FSSAI. They should have all these facilities in their production site and all. But we will see how we can go for it. So the most important thing for this cottage level people or micro enterprises is that getting the right people, that is the trained to manpower. So if you are into a cottage business or a micro level process, they think that there is no need of any training or any accreditation. We know the recipe, what we are doing. So we need not go for any training like that. That mindset is there. So we have to change that mindset, and we have to make them understand that this training, regular trainings or upgradation of their knowledge, it is very much essential, because nowadays the increase in the customers demand is like going for the fortified items, healthy items, like now in this existing pandemic situation, all are going behind the like immune boosting foods like that. So this fortification can be with fibers or vitamins or minerals or any antioxidants, polyphenols, anything. So when you go for this fortification or any value addition, you have to have some modification in your traditional product line or product formula, or for that you need to buy some 1 or 2 equipments more into that, or you have to invest little bit more. There only the problem comes. That is why most of these micro scale people or cottage level people, many of them will be owning the family based businesses. They're not ready to go for any change, because they know if they wanted to change from their regular line, they need to invest more on this. machinery part or some highly skilled person they need to hire, which is like money involved in all these activities. No, so only they are reluctant. So for that, what we can do is there are a lot of schemes available now. We can make use of these schemes, and also we have to think of innovating new products, because as I mentioned earlier, every day, day by day, 1 or 2 hundreds of products like that it is coming in the food industry. So you have to compete with them. And already our human tendency is that if we are familiarized with one brand, means we will only go and choose that brand alone. So if we have to think differently, means there should be something more attractive than our familiarized branches. So that is the thing. So we need to popularize our products. We need to go for innovative products. We need to popularize it. We have to make use of various digital technologies as well as the social medias. And one such scheme which is there to popularize the local products is the Prime Minister's formalization of micro food enterprises scheme that I'll explain later. And so there is here only the need of this training institutes, and which can produce skilled manpower who are competent enough to meet with our food safety standards as well as the hygiene requirements as per our country's food laws. And now the scope is here. So how we can convince the consumers and how we can go for this type of items? We have to incorporate health efficient ingredients into the product, whatever it is, whether it is bakery or fruits and vegetables or any industry. We have to go for this fortification or health ingredients, then new products or innovative products, and we have to expand our market. And innovation you can have in any way you can have it. Either in the raw material you can have the innovations, or you can go for some fortified items which is targeting some particular group alone, or instead of the artificial sweeteners you can go for natural sweeteners and natural colors, and you can have proper labeling on your product, like it is a gluten free or it is low calorie, it is sugar free, and like that proper labeling, because this packaging plays a major role while attracting the product. So over there is lot of scopes to improve this cottage level people or micro level people. Okay, if you see the trends in the Indian bakeries nowadays, we are going for multi-grain bread, then brown bread, or even rice bread, millet bread, like gluten-free breads coming under that, these things. Then immune boosting also. Now in this pandemic,